Welcome, everybody listening to Clean Radio on XM Channel 165 Extreme Talk at cleanradio.com or our flagship station, News Talk 980 KFWB. I'm in the studio tonight with not Andrew Spanzwick, but the lovely and talented Jennifer Easy on the Eyes Jimenez.
Hi, Judah. How are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm a little annoyed. I cannot believe what you just did to me outside. You guys, for everyone, what that story is about is that I went to the restroom. I was coming back and I needed a card key, and Judah was like, "I need to talk to you." And like we went outside, and he was on his phone, and he never talked to me. He just wanted to use the card key, and he used me, and therefore I just posted on Twitter. Everyone who's watching the game or coming home from the game and driving, and if you've had a few drinks, like call a friend, pull over. Football season started today, which is such a good thing. I'm very excited.
You're not even going to let me talk.
No, this is my show tonight.
Yes, it is your show. I mean, how could it not be?
You look cute tonight.
Thank you.
I like the scruffies.
Yeah. I don't know what to say to that. But we are a show about addiction and recovery. We're a show about after you get sober, before you're sober, and all these different things. And it's really funny to people out there. A lot of people might have been watching the live stream. Go to our live stream at cleanradio.com.
But we have a lot of people watching tonight.
We do.
I know that.
I know. And it's because of me.
No.
And
because my friends.
And we have a ton of people, and we have a lot of fun. We were having actually a lot of fun before the show, and we're all joking around.
I dropped the seat. I don't know if anyone's watching.
And when I was drinking, Sunday nights were the worst.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, this time it's Sunday night. The day started out great, watching football, doing something, thinking I could drink a couple beers. And by Sunday night, as I was sloshed and I didn't know what I was going to do the rest of the week, you're supposed to go with my story about Sunday nights being bad. Yeah. And you don't have to. Bad. No, but you know what I'm saying when, it's the end of the weekend.
You're going to change today.
Yeah.
Today's the last day because Monday you're going to start new.
That's
the
exactly
diet,
right.
the drinking, the drugs. My life is anew.
Right. And it's exactly.
And you can't get there.
That's exactly right, because you have addiction. You're whether it's food addiction, whether it's whether it's alcoholism, it's that thing that's blocking you. It's and you're not able to.
It's the big elephant in the room.
Yeah, huge elephant in the room, and huge. And so it's amazing that on Sunday night we're in the studio, we're actually having a lot of fun, and we're sober, and to the people out there that are listening that say, where's the hope? Because that's the thing when people are trying to get sober. It's so hard sometimes to see the hope as you're going through that.
You feel so hopeless.
Yeah, you do. And what did hopelessness look like to you? Because here's the thing, you're all over, and I don't mean that in the, I mean that in the you're doing amazing in your life sort of way. Your life
My life is ginormous.
It is, and it's sometimes so funny because people see Jennifer Jimenez now, and one of the things, what was Jennifer Jimenez like, Sunday night, however many years ago? How did that Jennifer Jimenez look like?
Paranoid, panicked, scared, and beyond hopeless. I think that when you asked me that, I just went into this place where it was more like just overwhelmed with anxiety and that desire to want to but cannot stop, and I think it's even more than hopeless. It's like the powerlessness and the unmanageability of like, okay, this is gonna be the last drink or the last line. Oh my God, I'm not gonna eat that last burrito, or whatever it is. It's like, and I still have those little moments, not with a line or drinking, but with okay, today's anew. Like I get to the things that I got to learn now is that I get to start at any time during the day all over again.
Right.
And that's the beauty of it. The hopelessness was such a despair.
Right.
I think despair is a good word for it. I despair.
And and I think it's important to talk about because you've had that same despair in sobriety. You've had moments of that, but it's so much different.
Moments. That's what you said. You said the key word.
Right.
They're moments, and like feelings. Like a lot of times, are like, oh my gosh, this feeling's never gonna go away. And like what I learned is that feelings aren't facts.
Right.
Feelings come, they go. Like right now, I was annoyed when I was going up in the elevator. Now I'm happy. Like,
right.
And it's
because I can never annoy you really.
Oh my gosh. You make me.
Ladies love the Judah. You know how it is.
I know.
By the way, if you just tuned in, you're listening to Clean Radio. That's clean with a K. The number here is 888-539-2980. That's 888-539-2980. We have an amazing show tonight. I want to first welcome, our Twitter followers.
Facebook, friends,
all that
website.
stuff. And I'm still waiting for a good nickname. Some of you have come up with some stuff that's really good, but I want a really cool name for some of our followers. But it's also really hard sometimes to tweet during the show. And so many of our followers, including all your followers, Jen, post so many things during the show. And I encourage them to call in tonight and to talk. And we haven't. Tonight's topic is a topic that's really near and dear to my heart. Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm reading my Twitter people right now,
Yes.
and I have this one from TFO2, and it says, "Send some love my way, please. Very depressed and want to quit sobriety." And it's like moments like that when I read these, I'm just like, oh man, like don't quit, not right now. Just like give it till 12 o'clock and then just go to bed, or go to bed now and start again.
Are you
tomorrow.
sure you didn't tweet yourself? No, I'm joking. But let's give them, whoever that is, let's give them a big shout out.
Yeah. Don't quit tonight,
and
baby.
that's to everybody. I heard somebody say something amazing. It's like if it's after 11 o'clock and it sounds like a good idea, don't do it. Mm-hmm. And that's some of the
I've
best.
held on to that.
Yeah, some of the best advice
Sober.
I've ever been given sober. But here's the thing: we have an amazing show, and the reason somebody emailed me the other day and. Eating disorders have been a huge impact on my life, and in your life, and so many people.
Everybody,
right?
Men and women.
Men. That's a huge thing too. Is men and women, and it's hard. I mean, especially we're on all over the country and Canada, and whether it's in Los Angeles, whether it's Miami, whether it's hard.
Well, we get it across the world, actually around the world, because I know people who are listening
at
and they watch it.
KLEANradio.com. Anyways, so I invited this guest in. Her amazing PR lady, Misty Barnes, woman, called me and said, and I was reading about this place. It's an awesome place. It's called the Shoreline Center for Eating Disorder Treatment. In the studio tonight, we have Rachel Levy. Let's welcome Rachel Levy to Clean
Rachel.
Radio.
Hi, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm
Yes.
happy to be here.
And it's an awesome thing what you're doing out there. And I'm not just saying that because you're here. But again, if you're listening to Clean Radio Live, give us a call at 888-539-2980. That's 888-539-2980. Tell us a little bit about what Shoreline is.
Shoreline offers a whole range of treatment for folks that are struggling with anorexia, bulimia, and binge eating disorder. We offer a transitional living for folks that are trying to stay in recovery but get really challenged when it comes to integrating their recovery with their life. And so that's what we're trying to do, is give people hope and take them, back into their life.
What's amazing about that is, like, we were talking a little bit outside, is that everybody needs to eat. You know what I mean? Like, you have to eat, and like you go to these treatment centers, and like I know people that I talk to on the phone, or I talk via cyber world, and it's like, how did you lose weight, or how did you gain the weight? Why did you gain the weight? And there's so many reasons why, and I'm actually diving into that. I'm writing a book right now, and I'm talking about like the pressures of being a woman, to modeling, acting, like, and all and the things that I had learned, like that's all I knew, and from the laxatives to the binging, purging, and that was a huge thing that I needed to do, and I needed to take care of in my recovery. And I didn't work on that right away, and hence I gained 100 pounds, now 130 less. But you need to eat to function.
Right. And that's the big challenge, is we were just talking about having to manage at least 3 times a day.
Right.
The thing that is also your biggest fear. And addiction from food abstinence from food is not an option.
Well, one of the things I like that we were talking about is that you're not a hater of food. I mean, I don't know if I said,
all foods are good.
You're like, all foods
philosophy.
are good, and all foods are out there. You just have to learn, here's the thing, and I am being serious about this. I thank God every day I'm not addicted to sex. I'm not addicted to food, because those are 2 things you need to live.
Right.
And food, you need to learn how to be among it.
Right. On a daily basis. And even it occurs in celebrations. It's so much part of our culture to celebrate food. And we want people to enjoy it and not be fearful of it.
Okay, right away, let's off the bat, we have a caller, Gabby from Orange County. She's 7 years clean. and now she needs help with eating. Welcome to Clean Radio,
Hi, Gabby.
Hey, hi everybody. How are you?
Good.
Good. How are you?
That's always a tricky question. Like I said, I've been clean and sober for 7 years. I've been working the steps. I'm in a couple different programs. I've been in OA as well for quite a while, and I'm about to make some huge life changes, and I'm scared. I'm scared because I haven't been able to, I haven't been willing to really get this eating disorder, and I don't know what else to do. I sought treatment for it a couple of years ago. I don't have the insurance. I don't have the funding for it. I've really tried as hard as I possibly can, but today, the eating disorder doesn't even work for me, and I can't let it go.
Right. So you're not even getting the benefit that you used to get from it.
Which almost sounds like the end of addiction, with drugs. You're just doing it, and you're not getting anything out of it.
Right.
Yeah, it pretty much sucked me dry of everything I have in my life that was ever enjoyable or productive, and I'm still here. But it's
and it's harder. Gabby, it's harder when you're sober and you're dealing with other addictions because you're conscious for it.
Yeah, and in order to just be alive, I don't know how to do it anymore. I can't even fake it.
Rachel, do you have any?
I mean, it's a challenge to get help without health insurance, I have to say. I mean, that especially for eating disorders, that I get calls daily from folks that need help that don't have the financial resources.
Yeah, I mean, I've written for help and just payment plans and scholarships, everything you can do. I've gone through county. I stayed for a couple weeks last year in a women's sober living home, and I really don't have anything emergent, chaotic in my life other than the fact that I can't eat like a healthy person and not hate myself.
Gabby, let me ask you a question. Do you have finances for sober living?
I'm sorry?
Do you have the finance? Are you living at home or you have an apartment?
I moved back home right now. I'm with family. I lost my job about a year ago, and I haven't been able to get back on my feet yet.
And so right now the finances, obviously, it would be hard to get into a sober living. Is there any groups out there in Orange County that deal with this?
There are. I would look up something called anad.org.
I've been to that.
Okay. Any help in developing any kind of community that way?
Not much. It's very sparsely attended, and there's only a couple meetings every now and then. So.
And have you tried the 12? Obviously, that's one thing. One of the things I was talking with Rachel about outside is that we don't, with the 12-step groups for your issues, they aren't always great, and everybody needs different types of help. Rachel, do you have anybody out there? Are you located in Orange County?
We're in Long Beach.
Long
so
Beach.
We're in, close to Orange County. And there are some local groups. And if you want to give me a call, I have some resources that I could look up that I don't have with me right now at Shoreline. I'm happy to talk to you and see if we can't navigate something.
I think what you're talking about too, Gabby, is like I didn't have the resources either when I was already sober, and I was so tired of feeding my eating emotionally. And I got to tell you, it's like you have to take it. Even though you've tried all these different things, you just got to. Nothing changes until you change, and whether you start really, really tiny, like okay, I don't know if you're not eating or you're overeating, but it's like, okay, I'm not eating. Why? Okay, well, I gotta make myself eat. Now, okay, I'm overeating, so maybe I won't eat that late. Maybe I'll eat an hour earlier, even though I'm still overeating. It's like, it's doing the little things that makes the change become bigger and greater.
By the way, if you just tuned in, you're listening to Clean Radio. We're on the phone with Gabby, who's struggling with her eating disorder. She's sober, and I get it, Gabby. I really do. You're not alone in this boat. I just want you to know, and it takes a lot of courage for you to call up, and I think a lot of people don't stay sober because they don't have the honesty that you're having right now. Because the longer you stay sober, sometimes you want to hide stuff, and you want to say, no, I don't have this issue, I don't have that issue. And it's pretty awesome that you're calling up and saying, and I think that might be also what Jennifer was saying, you're getting to that point where it's time to, even if you can't afford to get the help, to get that whatever help you need freely.
Gabby, do you have family support?